Hey guys, on this episode I'll be answering an interesting question: is how long does a spaghetti, why can't I say this word? Spaghetti squash last? Interesting story behind this spaghetti squash. My neighbor just over here gave me this and it sat on my counter. I don't really eat spaghetti squash that often, and just sat there and sat there and sat there. And after 6 months, I was kind of thinking, how long do these things actually last? And well, if you look up on the internet, they say 1 to 3 months. It doesn't matter if it's refrigerated or not refrigerated, it's 1 to 3 months. That's how long they last. And after 6 months, it looked perfectly normal. So I left it and left it and left it. It just sat there and just kind of moved around on my counter to the point where I was just like, I should just leave this thing and see how long it actually lasts. So what's really interesting about this is my neighbor gave me one of these, and she also, which you can see is looking disgusting now, and she also gave her son one of these, and they're from the exact same mother plant. And he ended up doing the exact same thing. He just left it and he wanted to see how long it lasted too. So this is very interesting. So she gave me this spaghetti squash on the beginning of October 2018. And that's how long it's been sitting here. So this spaghetti squash is 1 year and about 7 months old, I think, 19 months, about that. And just about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, it started going bad. It's had one spot go bad, and I've been leaving it to see, and now it's starting to create mold, and it's creating a little sticky, gross, moldy spot in my house. I'm like, okay, it's time to film this video. So we can take a look at this thing. You can see the end of it has there's a black spot on it, which is still hard. The middle is very soft, like your thumb is about to go through this thing. It's getting moldy on the bottom, so it's gonna open up. So I'm not gonna eat this. I'm not gonna do a taste test of this thing, but I really just wanted to see how long this actually lasted. And so what's really interesting is the one that was given to my neighbor's son, his went moldy almost exactly to the same day as mine. And he lives in a slightly more mild climate, kind of hour and a half from here. And I live where I live, it's hotter in the summer, a little cooler in the winter. I live in a house that's made out of logs. He lives in a modern house. The humidity is different. The amount of people in the house is different. Yet the spaghetti squash, we're gonna wait for that truck. His spaghetti squash and mine, almost to the exact same day, or like half a week or something, started going bad at the same time from the same mother plant. That gives you any information about nature and how the seeds and the fruit and the whatever, the vegetable or the squash in this case, is programmed with its DNA. It's pretty amazing. So we're gonna open this up now and see what's inside here. I'm sure it's gonna look disgusting. That's why I have a second camera here, so we can get that up close for you guys. Okay, so let's cut into this now, and I'm gonna cut at a diagonal because ooh, that's soft. It's really soft on the inside. Oh, gross. Gross. Look at that. Oh. Oh, that smells bad, man. That smells bad. It smells like, whoo. That smells like gym socks soaked in cat piss. Whoo. That's a doozy right there. Okay. Whoo. So, well, it definitely looks like spaghetti in there. Just look at this. Yeah, so I mean, it's a gnarly mess. There's seeds in here. I'm kind of tempted to keep these seeds because it's such a good plant. Oh, it stinks. That's so bad. It's probably one of the worst smelling vegetables I've ever smelled in my life. Oh, it's slimy and it's gross. To be honest, I thought it was going to be more black and disgusting looking in here, but it's just really foul smelling, but it's actually not black and disgusting at all. So who knows? And if you're wondering, I don't know if you can probably see behind me, I'll give you a quick look at what's going on in my garden box over there. So I'm sure I'm going to get a comment or two or some private messages asking, because this is in the background. I might as well point out this. Why is there leaves on the garden, on my raised beds here? Because these are rhubarb leaves. They're really big and heavy, and I'm just trying to smother out. You can see there's some weeds coming up in the corners of my raised beds, and the worst one here is this morning glory. This bindweed is like the worst thing ever created by nature, except for mosquitoes. And so I'm using these leaves to block out the light of the corners of my raised beds here. And I find I've done it on that side. It seems to work pretty well, but obviously things that are really wanting to get through, sometimes they do push holes in it and push it up. But I mean, they're free. Like, these are rhubarb leaves, so I already have them. I got these ones from my neighbor though. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's just a fun little video, kind of little experiment I was doing with the spaghetti squash. But be sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and until the next one, have a good one.